Hi friends, it's Julie Golding Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Schoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory of the Passamaquoddy, and I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Well, today I am back after a summer away. I took the first extended vacation I've had since 2019, and I'm back with lots of energy, and I want to explore all kinds of new ideas with our crafting for the fall and then very soon the holiday season. So it still feels really summery here in Atlantic Canada where I am, but I know that as of today it's actually fall. So happy fall to everybody, or happy autumn if you prefer. And today we have a fall card just for you. It's a pretty easy make. And you can probably use some things you have at home to make it if you want to try it. And I want to introduce you to some new ways to use a spring and summer set for something fallish, and also a beautiful new fall paper that I think you're going to love. All right, so thank you for joining me today, for coming back after I've been away for quite a while, and I hope you'll really enjoy it. So let's switch our view here, and we'll just get started. All right, so there's a sneak peek of our card we're going to use. I'm just going to put it off to the side for right now, and I'm going to show you the supplies that I'm using to make it. So first of all, I'm going to be using the Thankful Garden Bundle. So this is one I would think of as summer or maybe even spring, just because of these flowers. And it also comes with a die set, which I will show you. And it's kind of like a double die set in a way, because it has 2 pages of dies with it. So really lots of dies. And we're going to use that as well. And I have these dies in my stash. They are one of my very favorite sets. I have a couple of favorite sets. This is one of them. If you've watched my videos before, you may know that I really love the Stylish Shapes dies. And I really love these ones. They are called Perennial Postage. So I'll just show you that. Perennial Postage dies. And these nested postage stamp type things are just super useful for cards any time of the year. And they just add a nice little elegant touch anytime. So we're going to be using the bundle from Thankful Garden then. The Perennial Postage dies. I'm just going to put them over here. We're going to be using Cajun Craze. And we're going to be using this beautiful ribbon, which is called Gold Striped Mesh Ribbon. So all of these things are pretty simple, but they give a nice elegant touch to our card. So let's get out our sample and let's get right to our crafting. All right, so I always like to do the stamping first. And in this case, I have a little piece of white cut, basic white cardstock. And I want to just die cut this little shape first before I start, because I think that that adds a nice little touch. If you don't have a die cut machine, you can just make a little rectangle or use a circle punch or whatever you might have. But I do like these Perennial Postage dies. I just think they're super nice. All right, so I'm going to use my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. You can see I've used it a lot. But the plates are still working. I do have a new set, but I have not had to put them in yet because they really haven't needed it. So there we go. Let's put that in there. And we are going to pick the second smallest of these dies here. So I will take that out and show you which one it is. It's this one here. So did everybody have a nice summer? I'd love to hear what you did. We went to our cottage and also had a lot of fun here. There was Chocolate Fest here in St. Stephen because of the Ganong company that has its chocolate factory here and has since, I believe, 1873, so a long time. We had New Brunswick Day to celebrate. There was Fog Fest over on Campobello Island. There's been all kinds of cool stuff going on. All right, let's see how we did. So there's my little piece. And then we went to our cottage for a fair bit of the summer as well, and that's always a fun time. The same people show up in the community every year, so we get to see all of our old friends, and it was our 10th season there this year, so it was really nice. But now I'm happy to be back and crafting again, so thank you for your patience and waiting for me to come back. I think we all need a break every once in a while. I hope you got a break over the summer the same way that I did, because it was super, super good to do that. All right, so this is the Thankful Garden set. I'm going to use this stamp that says "With Love." And we're just going to place it on our little block here. For my block, I'm just using a basic block that comes in the kits. So it comes included in the price of a kit. And that's what I have a whole stack of over here. I have a whole bunch of them. I just keep them on my desk and I use them. They do have some more expensive blocks that you can buy separately that have little finger holds in them. If you have mobility issues with your hands, you might find those work better for you. So I have customers that prefer one or the other. I do have both myself because you just never know when you might need an extra block, or when somebody at a class might need one of those ones with the little finger holds. All right, so this is Cajun Craze ink, and it stamps very clearly with this nice font. I'm just going to close up my ink right away. I always do that as soon as I can because it's so easy to get it on yourself or your sweater or on your project, whatever. And I'm going to clean up my stamp right now too. And this is called a Simply Chamois. They're not expensive. They're made of this very simple foamy material. They're from Stampin' Up, as is everything that I'll show you. I almost always use entirely Stampin' Up stuff, just so it's not confusing to anybody when they're watching my videos. If there is something that Stampin' Up doesn't sell that I'm adding to my crafting, I will let you know. But the chamois is from Stampin' Up, and it's that foamy material. Oh yeah, I took it off screen so you can't see it. Here, I'll bring it back. And what you do is you just run it under water till it's nice and pliable. You wring it out just like you would a dishcloth. And then you use the simple water to clean your stamps, because almost all of the stamp pads, all of the ones that look like this, in fact, are water soluble. So it's very easy to clean your stamps, and there's no chemicals. And I don't know about you, but I do not like using chemicals when I don't need them. So I really appreciate that about it. Oh, hi, Kathy. Yeah, I'm back after a long hiatus. Thank you for coming back and remembering that I'm still here. I really appreciate that. Okay, so far we've just stamped our little postage stamp here. And now we can go ahead and put the rest of it together. I love simple stamping cards. Maybe you can tell me in the comments, everybody. Do you prefer complicated cards or simple stamping cards? Because some people like one or the other. I started out doing all kinds of complicated ones. I thought I needed to. And then I realized, actually, I quite like the simple stamping ones. Sometimes I do the more involved ones too, but I love the simple stamping because anybody can do it. And it's just really quick to do the stamping part as well. And it's less likely to kind of go a little bit wrong, which sometimes people have some challenges with stamping. Although once you know how to stamp properly with these photopolymer stamps, I find it works almost every time. So that's good too. So this is basic white thick cardstock. It's got a little more body so that if you want to kind of stand it up like that and you have multiple layers, it'll stand up really nicely for you. And that's step one. Now I'm going to use my paper here. And this is one of the patterns in the Gathering Together paper. So look how beautiful that is with the Cajun Craze lines here. So it's kind of a rusty color. And then we've got the Crushed Curry, kind of a deep yellowish one. And on the other side of every page in that pack, and there's 12 different pages, or 6 different pages, so 12 different patterns altogether, you've got this champagne foil. Or maybe it's gold. Actually, I think this is gold foil. So it's very pretty. Here's another one of the patterns. Look at that nice shine. Can you see that? The veins of the leaves are just kind of shiny there in gold. And then you've got a more monochromatic pattern on the back. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, I think I just saw a comment from someone saying that they're starting to get interested in some more complicated cards. And yeah, it's good to have, I think, a balance. When you're making stuff like Christmas cards, I find the simpler ones tend to work out a little better if you want to kind of make a lot of them. But if you're just doing kind of a one-off for a special person and a special event, I think that's a really good time to kind of get more complex with your card making, for sure. All right, so there we go. We've got that on there. And I have another piece of paper that's cut with those perennial postage dies. So that was these ones here, perennial postage. And I really like the way that you can use one of these large ones to kind of set off the card like that. It just adds this decorative touch without a lot of work. So we're going to take this piece of the Gathering Together paper, and we're just going to adhere it right to that piece. This is from Early Espresso, by the way. And if you're looking for, whoops, I picked up the wrong one. If you're looking for a supply list, you can just click through where it says Learn More above this video. And if you click through on the Learn More tab there, you will be able to go to my website, which is juliescraftattic.com. That's attic, as in the top story of your house, not addict, but attic, A-T-T-I-C. And the link is right there for you in the post, and it'll give you the whole supply list. And if you click on any of those items, it'll open right up into my shop as well, if you need any of the supplies. All right, so we got that done. Well, let's go ahead and we will stick that on. So let's see. All right. So Shannon says she has a ton of Christmas ephemera pieces and would like to try doing collage cards to use them up. Yes, I am all for using up the stuff we have, right? It's wonderful to buy new things, and I'm grateful that people do, or otherwise I couldn't come on here and do these videos for everybody because I'd have to be doing another job. But I really am all for people using the stuff that they have. So whenever you get stuff from me, I would love to see what you do with it. I just think it's great if we dig it out and we use it. That is the best thing. And it makes someone else's day too. All right, we're going to take that and we're going to stick that on as well. And if you're not familiar with these little things, they're called Stampin' Dimensionals. These little hexagons are a foam adhesive, and they're of very high quality, and that's why I always get all my adhesives and everything from Stampin' Up! As well, because they're such good quality, and I haven't had them like dry out and fall apart. It's always such a shame to get a beautiful card that falls apart when somebody gives it to you. I always feel so bad for them. Now this one, this is made from a gold foil sheet, which again is from Stampin' Up! And how I made it was this little die right here. I just used it on my gold foil sheet, and look how beautiful that is. That is, again, from the Thankful Garden bundle. So it coordinates with these ones. You can see that big die there goes with this floral bit. And it had these leaf ones as well. And it was just the thing for this. So I wouldn't think of Thankful Garden as a bundle to use in the fall, but look how nicely that's going to go. So I'm going to just show you where I'm going to put it here. Yeah, so I love it when you can take a bundle that's meant for one season and use it in another. I think that's great. And I'm going to show you another way to save some money here too. So when you get a pack of these dimensionals, when you've used all the hexagons, just cut with your scissors and use all the pieces on the end, because they work just as well as all the other ones do. So it doesn't matter if they're pre-perforated for you, like these little hexagons. Just cut with your scissors and you can use the entire sheet. I always do that because you get more for your money that way. All right, so we're going to take these dimensionals. All right, and you'll notice I only put dimensionals on the 3 leaves. I'm leaving the stem without any adhesive, and I'll show you how we're going to do that to make it stick. Alrighty, how do I want that down? Maybe kind of like that. So you can arrange it wherever you want it to go. And then next what we're going to do is add this little piece of ribbon. So all I did to make this little bit of ribbon with my gold striped mesh ribbon is I took it, I tied it right on the spool because that way you don't waste any, or you waste a lot less anyways. So I'm going to just tie, make a simple tie, if I can get a hold of the ribbon here. I'm trying to keep it on the camera and then, then I can't see it under my phone. Okay, here we go. So I just made a simple tie in the middle. I'm going to pull it like that. Okay. And then we're going to take our scissors and try to make it kind of the same length there on the other side. We can always trim if it's not quite. So just like that. So I've got a little simple tie there, no bows or anything like that. And I didn't waste even a millimeter of my ribbon. So I always advise tying right on the spool because it works so much better. All right, that's all we need the scissors for. Now we're going to get out our glue dots. So these are also from Stampin' Up. I love them. And we're just going to stick that right onto the glue dot there and then pick it up. And it's got the glue dot on the back. So let's see, where would we like that to go? Kind of like this. You can arrange it. And see what I did there? I added the ribbon. And the glue dot is also holding down our little stem. So it's doing two things at once, which is really great. And that, my friends, is the end of our card. So that is how simple it is. A little bit of die cutting. If you don't have the dies, I'd be happy to hook you up with some of those. You can message me or just click the link and go into my store and look for them there through my supply list. Or if you want to make it right now, just make a simple rectangle for both of these shapes. You can maybe add a leaf that you might have in your ephemera pack or something else. And this paper, though, is the star of the show. It's such a beautiful paper with this gold all the way through it. So I hope you like that. And I hope you have a wonderful beginning to the new season. All right, and I will be back doing my videos weekly again, at least weekly. And I just wanted to come in and say hi today because I was excited about fall and I really wanted to create a card with you today. So thank you for coming by and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.